Well, I'm sure that you've heard it being talked about, but that was the trailer of the Jackie Robinson documentary that is running now nationwide on PBS. And we are really pleased to welcome in David McMahon, who is with us, one of the producers of the documentary. First of all, thanks for being here in Philadelphia on a night where we celebrate the life of Jackie Robinson. And you and I were just talking about the documentary and how it was a passion project for you and your family.
It was a passion project. Now, Ken Burns, my co-director, along with Sarah Burns, had covered the Jackie Robinson story back in his baseball series in 1994. And he really was the moral center of that documentary. But we really felt like, and with the help of Rachel Robinson, came to understand that there was much more to Jackie, and we were really eager to tell the full story, not just the story of Robinson in 1947 when he was turning the other cheek and integrating the game, but how a lifetime of activism and speaking out on behalf of people who don't have a voice.
Yeah, and for folks that don't know, Ken Burns is your father-in-law, Sarah is your wife, his daughter is your wife, and so it is kind of a family project. And I asked you, as we were sitting here talking, if there was anything that you learned during your research and during putting this project together about Jackie Robinson that maybe most of us don't yet, if we have not seen it.
Sure. I think we were given lots of time working with Ken to do research and to go into all the archives. And I think that the discovery we began to have early on was in the nation's archives at our networks, NBC, ABC, CBS, there was this incredible trove of footage of Robinson speaking out over the course of his whole life, especially when he gained so much fame. He would speak out in politics, in business, in civil rights on behalf of people who didn't have that voice. And we had never really taken the time to listen to Robinson, but there he was on all this old film, speaking out and saying things that we needed to hear. So we thought it was a chance to capture a version of Robinson that wasn't turning the other cheek, but was instead using his voice and his fame to effectuate change.
Anyone that saw the baseball series by Ken Burns knows what wonderful work is put into something like this. How many years goes into a project like Jackie Robinson that we are now getting to enjoy on PBS?
Well, we began our production in earnest about 3 years ago. We had interviewed Mrs. Robinson a few years earlier, but it's such a luxury to work at PBS where no one's looking over your shoulder, no one's telling you what you can or can't put in your film, there are no commercials, and we had all the time that we needed to make the portrait of Robinson that had to be made and then present it at whatever length it came in at. And so we love working with PBS. We had got such great support from them. And we also get to activate the hundreds of networks across the country who promoted and broadcast the film.
Well, let's do just that because it is re-airing this weekend. It's already started on PBS. I got to catch a little bit of it, Tom. I know you saw the whole thing, I think, at this point. But people are going to get a chance to watch it again this weekend here in the Philadelphia area.
Yep, the rebroadcast is this weekend, and then for some time people will be able to catch it on the PBS website streaming.
All right, so two ways to watch it, and certainly we all know the story of Jackie Robinson, but do we really know the story of Jackie Robinson? This will tell it for sure.
I think so, yeah. I think we're going to get a new treatment of Robinson with this, and I hope that we think about him differently after we experience him this way.
Well, David, it's a real pleasure having you here. Thanks for being with us on a very special night for baseball, and good luck with the project.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, we'll send it back to you.